What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all seen the geese? I was trying to be quiet and walk up on them, but it ain't happening. We're going to fish for about an hour or so. I got to get this reel adjusted for tomorrow when I go live. So I said, you know what? I'll just come across the street to the pond and see if I can't get this reel adjusted the way I want it to. Feels a little bit heavy with this spinnerbait on it, so I may change the bait, but yeah, that's got to be extremely adjusted. I figured so. That was the main reason I came over here. I did not want to get out here tomorrow and have to do this. So I decided to come out here for a little bit before I went to work and mess with this reel. It's a reel that I just bought, and I halfway have the settings adjusted and halfway don't. So that's what I'm doing. I want to, instead of standing out in the parking lot at the house, I decided I'd just come across the street to the pond and play around a little bit before I had to go to work. That's got to go. That's got to go this way just a little bit more. So I may bird nest, I may knot up, I may do everything that I'm not supposed to do. Actually, that was perfect. Hopefully I just set it the way I want it. But yep, I bought a loose classic speed reel, or speed spool. This is the second one I've ever bought, and I wanted to see how, two things. I wanted to adjust the reel, and I wanted to see how this paddle tail worked with this spinner on it. So I'm not out here trying to do anything big today. I go live tomorrow. We'll be at the big pond tomorrow. Appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out for a little bit. It's a little bit warm out here. I wore a jacket, well, not a jacket, a hoodie, and all kinds of things. I may need to take that paddle tail off. I don't like the way it's working. So I like to come out to this little pond and get all my stuff working the way I want it. I mean, of course, there's big bass out here too, but at the same time, the bigger pond that I go to has really big bass in it, and I don't want to miss my opportunity to catch one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see what that paddle tail looks like on that, and I don't like it. It's got to come off. Probably we're going to try it one more time. Let's see. And I didn't bring anything else with me because, like I said, this is just to adjust this reel for today so that I'm ready to go tomorrow. And instead of doing it in the yard, I said, we'll just go across the street. So, and I'm trying to, if I get quiet, it's because I'm watching the spinner to see it's not even spinning. We've got issues from the beginning. All right, let's look and see what the issues are. The issues are, I'm going to take this paddle tail off. I think it's causing a problem. Maybe I am. Come on, you sucker. And, maybe. Man, this thing's on there tight. Wow. Anyway, I had a paddle tail on there. I was just trying something out. Kind of too big for this weight, or for this bait, I think. I'm gonna bend that just a little bit closer to the hook. But my main objective, put that in my pocket. My main objective for today was just to come out and throw this spinner around, get the baited or reel adjusted the way I want. It looks like it didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Now I can feel it. I couldn't feel it earlier, so I knew there was a problem. Now I can feel the spinner working, so now I might catch one out here this morning just playing around, who knows. The spinner doesn't, and it's a cheap Walmart spinner too, you know, for like $2. It wasn't nothing major. So if it don't work for me, then I can always go back later and get a new one. What's up? How you doing? I see you down there. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good noon time for that matter. It's noon here almost. I cannot see that spinner working. That's got me a little bit worried. And I bought some chatterbaits from Walmart too, and they wouldn't work. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. And I mean, I'm cranking it. I'm hitting the bottom too, right off the top. Okay, I can see it working. What am I hitting down there? I'm hitting something on the bottom that's causing it to not work. I see it hitting. I don't know if I'm just hitting rocks or what, but I'm hitting something down there. Go a little bit faster. No, that's not going to be it either. No, we're not going to. We're not spinning. Huh. Okay. That's just a cheap $2.50 freaking spinner bait. But for some reason, we ain't spinning. And if we ain't spinning, we ain't going to catch nothing. Even playing. My wife has no idea where I'm at either. She works midnights and is still in bed. So I figured I'd come out here and play for a little bit before I had to go to work. Yeah, spinner's not working. That sucks. I'm watching it now. Yep. It ain't spinning. Huh. I have a feeling that I wasted my money. Pop it a little bit. Now I feel it spinning. But very slowly for some reason. It's a big willow blades too, so I mean, willow leaf blades. Probably should have got smaller ones. Oh, we're going. I could have been hitting bottom. It's awful muddy. Man. Really muddy, actually. But nope, I'm going live tomorrow morning, early. And I wanted to make sure that this reel was adjusted the way I want it to be. Now, am I going to have a spinner on there tomorrow? I don't know. I may have something else. I may put a crankbait on this rod. Which we'll see how that goes tomorrow. It's going okay. I mean, I'm just out here pretty much playing. Wow, that bait is not working at all. I'm just out here playing, trying to figure out why this bait's not working now. We're not spinning. We're not doing anything. And we should be. Okay, yeah, we should be now. We got the big one. I should have put the small one on, I guess. This is a 3/8 ounce spinner bait that I'm throwing. And I should have put the smaller one on for this pond, I think. It's going all right. But yeah, I wanted to make sure it was good to go for in the morning. Yeah, we're not getting no action on that bait whatsoever. Huh. Brand new right off it, so that tells me to be careful. And Walmart is the only place we have that's we're real close to be able to buy, like cheap spinners and stuff like that. So that tells me to be very careful with what I'm picking up from there, because it's some of it's defective as hell, not gonna work. And it's not me. I mean, I've used spinners many times before, but yep, it's just not working. Which sucks. I mean, $2.50 is $2.50 these days. I mean, I'm gonna keep throwing it just to get this memory out of this line a little bit. Yeah, it's not spinning now. It is. I can feel it spinning now compared to earlier. Yeah, that bait is everywhere. Wow. Okay. That's kind of depressing. I should have brought a crankbait over here. I mean, hell, the worst I would have done with a crankbait at this pond is got it caught on the liner at the bottom. But yeah, let's out here playing. We're gonna keep this tip up a little bit and see if that's gonna help me any, but I don't think so. No, we're not spinning. We're not spinning for some reason. Look at it again. Man, that's really falling slow too. It's got me baffled on why that's not spinning. Straight out of the... There's nothing caught up in it. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. Huh. Really, really weird. I've never had one do that to me. Well, I mean, I've had them do that, but not like this. Like I said, it's just a cheap Ozark Trail spinnerbait, and then it's spun, I should say. I don't know if I like this reel on this rod either. It feels kind of loose. And when I get to that big pond, I've missed a couple big fish the last couple of times I've went out there, and that's why I came up to this little pond. It's just to adjust the rod. Really, I'm fishing, but playing at the same time. Fishing, but not really fishing. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I'm gonna have to take this bait home and look it over. Now, I don't think it's the line. We got 10-pound big game tri-line on this, on a 3/8 spinner. Should not affect that spin at all. It should be spinning. I mean, and I'm cranking it through there, so if I have to crank it that fast every time, which I would use spinners, that's what I started with whenever I first started fishing, but yeah, I'm just dragging it through the water. That's really, really cheap. I won't be buying any more baits any more spinners from Walmart. Like I said, it was just for tomorrow because it was kind of cold out here, but it's warmed up a little bit now. And we're just not spinning. Now it is. Now it's not. It's like I'm getting caught up on something, but I know it's not because it's far enough away. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see something. We're hitting the hook. We're hitting the hook. That's what we're doing. I figured it out. Which still shouldn't be. Okay. If it's not hitting the hook, then I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. But it sure as in hell looks like it's hitting the hook. It feels like it is too. Might just take it off and fish it as a jig. Thanks for sharing the line. I appreciate it. I'm just out here playing. Playing for an hour. Now we're getting somewhere after I bent it out a little bit. I don't know what that was. Phone vibrated. Probably my wife saying, "Where are you at?" I'm fishing before work. Exactly. I didn't tell her where I was going. Let's go over here on this document. This thing's about to fall over. This is the little pond that I usually bluegill and catfish out of, which this time of year, the channel cat that are in here are going to be really biting right now. And it almost makes me want to do some catfishing, but I can't just bring myself to do it just yet. Thanks for the follows. And like I said, I'm just trying to watch the spinner and see if it's... No, we're not spinning. We're not spinning. And I'm burning this thing through that water. The water's clear too. Okay, so we'll go faster. Let's see if we get a spin that way. Just adjusting the reel is really my main goal for today, so that it's ready to go for tomorrow. This reel, or not this reel, this bait is junk. It's junk. I don't like it. It's not working. Everybody's probably thinking, if it's not working, why are you still casting it? And like I said, I'm trying to get some of the memory out of the line on this reel for tomorrow, and make sure the settings are where I want them at. Now, if I put a different bait on here, it's going to be a whole different story. I'm going to have to reset the settings. But yeah, why is it doing that? It shouldn't be doing that. All right, so out of the 21 people that are in here, since I've only been doing this for 12 years, and there's probably been people doing this longer than I have been, anybody have any ideas other than this bait just being junk that the spinner would not spin, and what I need to do? I'm open to any advice and ideas. techniques, anything like that, because like I said, it's just not spinning. Other than just don't buy stuff from Walmart. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. See, and it's brand new, so that's what's got me kind of. When I say brand new, this is the first day I've thrown it, so I'm kind of looking it over to see what's wrong with it, and I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. There should be no reason why that's not working. So if anybody has a clue or an idea, let me know so I can fix this thing. So I can maybe catch a little fish. Other than that, I don't know. We're just, yeah, nope. I'm gonna bring this tip down. Oh, there's a stick. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck on why this is not working the way it should. Other than it just being cheap Walmart crap. I'm not gonna lie. Because I have the settings the way I want them. You know, you can see it's gonna fall perfectly. So that's perfect for a spinnerbait. But now my plan is to find something else, I think. This is why I don't throw a lot of spinners. Now I'll throw a chatterbait all day long because it's a little bit easier. I mean, spinnerbait, yeah, it's a search bait, great search bait. So is a chatterbait along the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and fish. We're already out here now. I live right across the street, so it's no big deal. But like I said, no clue. So if anybody has any clue on why this is not doing what I need it to do, let me know so I can fix it. So I'm trying to look down there. Yeah, I'm getting hung up on the. Let me do that again. Watch my freaking reel go in the water, because this, like I said, I don't like it on this rod. So I think my whole setup's going to change. This is really loose, and I don't like it that way. I like to have a tight fitting reel on the rod, and it's just not. It's not. What rod is this? I don't even know where I got this rod from. I have so many that I can't even remember where I got it from. Well, it worked that time. That's kind of strange. Well, trade that for a KVD lose. Trade what? The spinner? Because that's the only thing that's not a lose other than the rod. I don't even know what the rod is. I said, I'm just out here trying to get some of the memory out of the line. I mean, that damn thing is just junk. And Walmart is really the only place I've got other than going to Carbondale, which is 45 minutes from me, and going to, or Cape, which is 45 minutes from me, and going to Academy, which I can't do that today. Appreciate the gifts. I'm not even watching the screen, but thanks for the roses. The reel, man, I'm not trading this reel in. This is a brand new reel. You're talking about this is a $75 reel. I'm not trading this in. I just bought it. No, I just bought this reel last week. This is a $75 reel. I'm not going to trade this one in. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I did. I'm going to try it again, though. Hold on, I'll do it with you watching. Because, and I've bent it closer, and I've bent it further out. So, I mean, I can't really go a whole lot more into it. We can go back, we can go in closer. If that's what we're doing. and see how that does. That's awful freaking close though. Like I said, I'll just stand right here and see what we can do. Now I feel a little bit of a pull on it, so that tells me that the blade's working. If that worked, that may have worked. Maybe I just didn't have it down far enough. Man, if it did, then I appreciate. Nope. We're still dragging somehow. We're not working. Let's see. It is not. No, I can sit in the water. It tries to spin. It'll spin 1 or 2 times. I know I don't want to pull it out more. I mean, I can bring it out, but that's just not going to make sense. Let's try that. If it breaks, like I said, $2.50. So, I mean, I'm not worried too much about it breaking. If it breaks, it breaks. There's a thing down there I see, like a cylinder or something. Now I know I'll usually get hung up on when I'm out here catfishing. Now that I can see it. But no, I just bought this reel last week. 75. No, that didn't do it either. It's the spinner itself. I've tried both ways. Yeah, I've tried both ways. It's the bait. I mean, and there's nothing there. Let me get this camera straight. There's nothing there to cause it not to. You know, see, it's spinning perfectly fine. This one's fine. Just in the water, it's not pushing. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. See that? That's where I'm getting hung up at. It's not spinning there. It's this little arm right here that's keeping it. And I've never had one do that before. But when it's in the water, it's getting twisted up. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's getting twisted up in there like that. And then it's stopping that spinner from spinning the way that it should. Usually a spinner, you know, will just spin like this. Of course, we all know that. And see, just from me doing that, it got knotted up. I've never had one do that before, ever. I mean, and there's no certain way you can tie it on and off. I mean, you can only tie a bait on one way. And I'm looking at it to see, I can take that off, I think, and then just put the blade on there. Because all this is just an extender, kind of like a hinge to give it more action. Let's see the blade's coming off right here. Almost lost the blade, actually. That is so weird. And like I said, and the reason I say it, see, I almost lost the blade right there. I've never had one do this, ever. Like I said, it's a cheap Walmart thing. I should have inspected it a little bit more whenever I bought it last week. But I haven't had that big of a problem with them. So I'm like, okay. And now I've got the line all twisted up in there. So I don't know. Yeah. But like I said, whenever it's going through the water and spinning, it's getting hung up right there. And then it's not working. So we're going to try it again. I mean, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And even if I give it a little jerk, it's still not doing what I want to. And like I said, this reel and this rod maybe getting changed also. Thought I had a freaking fish on there. I was about to say, what the? So yeah, I have no idea. Appreciate the likes, y'all. 738 likes. Appreciate the gifts. Appreciate the comments and the advice, the suggestions. Just for some reason, the spinner is getting hung up on that hinge. Well, that sucks. And like I said, I've never had one do that before. My camera needs to adjust a little bit more. Everybody's looking at me crooked. And I mean, I'm going with it. Don't think that I'm not. I mean, if I go any faster with it, yeah, it's getting hung up on that hinge. I'm gonna see if I can take that off. I don't think I can. If I do, I think it's just gonna mess up everything. this is actually, if this is spinning, what's causing it to spin? Okay. Yeah, it's just getting twisted up in there. Next time I'll look at the Walmart stuff before I actually mess with it. Like I said, I don't know. I'm going to just get the memory out of this line. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I came over here with the prime objective to set the settings on this reel, and it took me like 5 seconds to do it. So now I'm just casting and trying to get some memory out, because I can cast all the way across this pond. So it only, and I've got it set on 6, and I don't know what the tension knob's set on, but the brakes are set on 6. And that's, it used to take me forever to be able to do that. That's why I went ahead and came over here and done it. Yeah, this is just, that bait's just junk. No more Walmart spinner baits. I'll go to, well, actually the dollar ones at Walmart aren't that bad. You know, if you get the dollar spinner baits, this one was $2.50. It's a little bit heavier. It's a 3/8 ounce, 3/8. Yeah, and it's not even working. That's insane. Oh, it's working now. The little one is. The willow leaf's still not spinning. That's crazy. Well, screw it. I'm out here. I live right across the street, so I might as well just cast this line as many thousand times as I want. Hell, maybe I'll get lucky. Sometimes acting up and learning is one of the biggest one bites. Who knows? It may happen. And it may not. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, I came out this morning just to get this set for tomorrow. Man, I got the mud all over. Hope that won't work. Caught that line right before it spun out. That's why I always feather that line, because man, I'm not trying to see it's working now. It's kind of weird. Okay, so we're gonna try something. We're gonna cast this out here. Alright, not very far, but that's okay. Wayne caught it. Won't pop it a couple good times. Get that spinner hopefully moving. I really can't tell. Usually you can feel it pulling back, or if it's not working, you'll feel it drag on, you know, I'm dragging it. You can always tell. Anyway, it is what it is. Like I said, I just want to get this tension out. So when I use this, or the memory on this line a little bit, get it worked out. That way, whenever I'm fishing tomorrow, I don't have to worry about no knots. I burnt that through there, right on top of the water, or anything like that, hopefully. But this reel, or rod, I don't remember where I got this rod from. Anyway, I got this rod, I think, probably from Walmart. It's just probably a cheaper Walmart rod. It works. I mean, it don't matter. I've caught a lot of fish on a Alba Garcia Black Max combo over the summer. And I don't use it for anything but worm. And I'm going to do some worm fishing tomorrow too, I think. But yeah, this was kind of, I wish that bait would have worked, but it's just not going to. So we'll stand here and get some of the memory out. If I go over to the house and cast this line across the parking lot, people are going to think I'm freaking nuts. So I'll just stand here and act like I'm fishing, trying to get the line out, and then at least I won't end up in a nut house somewhere. Where am I? I'm at the public park pond. I'm at the city park pond today. And the only reason I'm over here instead of at the big pond is because, number one, I have to work today. Number two, I literally live right across the street from this pond. And number three, I wasn't planning on doing any serious fishing anyway. My goal was to get this reel set because it's new. I'm getting sideways. To get this reel set because it's new. I've done that, but now my bait's not working. It's not spinning the way I want it to. Oh well, the way I want to, it's not spinning freaking all. So I'm just out here more or less just trying to get some of the memory out now. Playing, acting the fool, being a kid. You know, sometimes when you got something you want to do, being a kid is the best way to do it. Being grown up all the time is just way too serious. I got most of the... What state? I'm in Illinois. It's 50 degrees here today, too. It's going to be 50 degrees, 60 degrees tomorrow when we're fishing. My live is scheduled for 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to start at 8 o'clock, hopefully. And I'm going to fish till 2. Or 1. At least 1. I'm off work tomorrow. So I'm going to do a pretty long live. I'm going to start off with my chatterbait. Maybe move to a spinnerbait. Not this one because this one's junk. Then I'll move as the day goes on. Probably to a worm instead of bump the bottom, and then by that time, it'd be time to go home. But I'm in Southern Illinois, and people probably think I'm nuts on here. He's out here doing this, but you know what? If I go across the street to my house and do this, y'all realize how nuts I would really look instead of coming out to some water and actually just doing it. I would look like a freaking nut. My neighbors, and we just moved, so my neighbors don't really know me. My neighbors at the other apartment where we used to live, they know me, and I'd go out into the yard and cast a freaking line in the yard to pull memory out every day if I strung a rod or something, and they wouldn't think anything of it. But my new neighbors, they might think it's a little weird, so I'm kind of, ouch, I don't even know what I'm moving for, really. This bait's not working. I think it's not going to attract anything. I can work it like a jig, I guess. But, yeah. Just jig it up and down, see if... I mean, I know the blade's not moving, so I'm about to just take the blade off altogether. The blade is just what's doing it. And I may turn this into a jig rod, I don't know. Because this blade is junk. I've said that I don't know how many times. Oh, it moved that time. Can't take it back either. Once you get it, you got it. But yeah, my main objective is done for what I was doing today. Be low 70s in South Florida. Man, I'd love to be in South Florida right about now. It's been in the 20s all week here. Teens and 20s. Cold front came through. Dropped down to the teens. Upwards. Temps for some days were in the 20s, and now it's warmed back up into the 50s. Tomorrow it's going to warm up to 60, and it's my day off. So I'm going to go fishing. Fish a pretty good long bit, I hope. That's my wife says otherwise. And, of course, if she says otherwise, then I won't be out there as long as I want to be. But usually she don't. Yeah, just playing. Stretch, pulling memory out, really. I guess at this point, since the... Yeah. I'll remember the Walmart spinnerbaits are junk. And I'll just make the 45-minute drive to Academy from now on and get the same spinnerbait for like $1 more. Y'all see those geese over there? Probably not. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Y'all can't see those geese, can you? Yeah, maybe you can. Those little dots over there are geese. And they're not. Might as well show the geese because I ain't going to be able to show them no fish today. I'll be over here in a minute. Oh, that goose got mad at somebody. He's chasing everybody out there now. Hey, how you doing? Chilly there for lots of people. Yeah, it got cold here quick. I just don't understand why this bait's not working. I'm gonna go home this afternoon and take this bait completely apart. Yeah, I know. Here's my thing. I would rather get it the day that I want it, other than having to wait for it to come in the mail. My wife, she'll order stuff in the mail and wait weeks for it to get there, or days. Me, myself, I want to, there we go. They gonna take off. That's how close I was to them. They gone. Me myself, whenever I buy something, I like to have it that day. Instead of waiting 2 or 3 days to get it. I hate buying stuff online. I mean, I will, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like doing it. Well, the other ones, at least you get to see the geese take off. They gone too. They'll be back this afternoon. Yeah. I actually done some Amazon baits, and they sent me some crankbaits that I'm kind of iffy about. They sent me some crankbaits that I'm kind of iffy about. I don't really know if I've never used their crankbaits. I don't know. But anyway, I've got them, and they just don't look right to me, so I don't use them. So I just went to Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods and Academy and bought a whole bunch of other crankbaits to make up for the ones that I got off Amazon. Like I said, they didn't look right. They're light. I don't know. I'm going to try them this year, though. Someone said to try them, so I'm going to try them this year and see if they actually produce anything. But man, I'm really iffy on some of them. Need a blue fox? Yeah. Well, I need a spinner that works. That's my dilemma right now. The spinner doesn't work right now. And it was, like I said, I only bought it because it was cooling off. And I've got chatterbaits. I love using chatterbaits. I started using them last year. I fished for 12 years. And there's some things that I've never used before. 2 years ago was the first time I'd ever used a freaking whopper plopper because I always used buzz baits. And somebody showed me one of those. I said, oh, okay, let's try one of those. And I caught 3, 4, 5 pound bass off of it on top water. This year, I haven't even used one. I went back to a buzz bait. So, I mean, they work. Like I said, at this point, I'm just making sure my adjustings are right and that I get some of the memory out of this line. Not much. Absolutely nothing, to tell you the truth. I've got some issues with a spinnerbait that I just bought. See how slow that line's going? That's how. Whoop, there we go. Let's say, wait a minute. Anyway, I have my settings set just right. That's perfect. Okay. So, but my problem is, and it's just a cheap $2.50 freaking spinnerbait from Walmart. The spinner won't spin, and when it does, it gets hung up. So even if I do it like this, it still twists up. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of weird. Appreciate the gifts. So I don't know what's going on with the spinnerbait. It's just kind of weird. I've never had one do that to me. I'm in southern Illinois at the park pond across the street from my house. I bought a new reel. For some of you it may be old, but for me it's new. Yeah, I'm behind some of the bait casters and stuff like that because I usually don't spend anything other than over $50 for a reel, right? So I've seen this one at Walmart. Where are we at? $55. I said, okay, I'll grab it. I went to Academy one day last week in Missouri, and this freaking reel is $75. I said, I'm glad I got it. Actually, at Walmart. I'm talking crap about Walmart baits, and I got that reel at Walmart. Actually, I got the reel at Walmart, and it works really good so far. I cannot see. I'll be glad when I get my contacts back. I need to get my contacts. Right now I wear eyeglasses and it's kind of hard to see the screen sometimes. Once I get my contacts renewed, because I procrastinate about a lot of things. You know, I'll say I'm going to do this, I'm going to say I'm going to do that. Everybody does, I guess. I don't know. But I'll say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then I'll mess around, the day's over, and then I'll turn around and be like, well, I said I was going to do it, but I didn't do it. And I think that whenever I go to bed at night, I did not get this done, even though I said I was going to do it. And I'm starting to get bad about it the older I get. I need to snap out of it and just do what I'm going to do. I'm throwing this bait, y'all. Oh, it's spinning now. We may be onto something. I've never had a spinner do that. Ever. Even the cheap dollar ones that you buy at Walmart, they work great. You put a trailer on it and a stinger, or just put a stinger on there and shit. They work awesome. But I thought it'd be slick and get a 3/8 ounce. I think I had this problem with the last ones I bought too, and it just ain't wanting to work. Kind of frustrating, but at this point I'm just trying to get memory out of the line. Instead of wasting a trip of walking across the street, I might as well look like I'm fishing since I'm out here, other than be across the street and in the parking lot throwing it and looking like a flipping nut. I used to do it. This is a 7. Wait a minute, where is this? Where am I at? I'm looking at my reel real quick. Yeah, 7:5 ratio. I thought it was 7:5 gear ratio. Like I said, it was, I want to say $55 at Walmart, and I went to Academy and it was $75. I said nope. I'm glad I got it at Walmart. That's the one good thing out of the whole thing. Now the rod, I don't even know if I'm going to keep these two paired together. If I don't, I'm just going to have to buy a new rod. Which, nothing wrong with that. I'll tell my wife I need a new fishing rod for Christmas. And she'd get it, but I'm not going to do that just by myself. I have to work today too. I have to be at work at 2 o'clock. That's another reason why I just came over here. Came over here to play, more or less, and figure out why this spinner's not spinning. And it's not. I'm glad that I figured this out today before I got up to the bigger pond tomorrow in the morning, and was trying to fish with it, not catching a fish for hours upon hours upon hours, just to finally realize 3 hours in that the spinner's not working. That would have been insane, and I probably would have been a little bit ticked off, to tell you the truth. Because the last 2 times I've went to that pond, I've missed some big fish. The last one I went out, I was using a chatterbait up in the grass, got in the grass line. A big bass got hold of it, and the reason I said it's a big bass is because I could feel the head shake. I didn't even know that guy was standing over there. And hopefully the dog don't bite me. I could feel the head shake on that fish. And it nosed down into the grass line, and I couldn't get it out. I tried, and I didn't want to horse it in because I didn't want to break the line, and it shook off. Yeah, I wasn't either, to tell you the truth. I wasn't a big fan of bait casters until up to 2 years ago. All I used was open face reels, and somebody said to try one, and you get used to it, and you're gonna like it. I'm gonna walk this way because he's got a dog, and I ain't trying to get bit. To walk this way, to use a bait caster, and once you have the settings and everything adjusted right, you're not going to want to go back to an open face reel. And I haven't. The only open face reels I have are on my catfish rods. I have a Lose Cat Daddy and a Shakespeare Tiger that I have for my fishing, my catfish rods. Which in Illinois, where I'm at, you're only allowed 2 rods anyway. So when you're fishing, so I only have 2 catfish rods. Bluegill rods are just cheap little Walmart rods that I got from Walmart on and we got 2 mini Zepco 33s on them. Hey, what's up? We ain't doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm out here really playing. Tell you the truth, since the bait ain't working, and I'm walking around the pond trying to get some of the memory out of the line and just chatting as I go. and trying to see if I want to adjust this just a little bit more. That way when I get to the bigger pond tomorrow, I'm not out there and freaking out because my line is all messing up and stuff. Holy crap, scared me to death. What's up? How you doing? Good. So that's what I'm doing. The dog's scaring me to death. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah. I wish this bait would work. That's perfect. Perfect cast. Perfect settings. Now I just need to get a bait that works. 1.4K likes. I appreciate y'all coming in here and watching me act like a fool. Appreciate the gifts, appreciate the follows, appreciate the comments, the advice. You know, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it on this rod or not. I may switch. Right now I've got it paired on this one. And this is just a cheap Walmart rod too, I believe. Shit, let's see, what is this? Where are we at? Yeah. Just an amp. AMP, I guess. I don't even know what the name of this rod is, to tell you the truth. I'd have to look it up, but it feels really loose in the handle, and I don't like when it's loose here because it's holding my reel, and the last thing I want is for that reel to go flying in the water as I'm casting. That's for sure. I just got a bite. See, I wasn't paying attention. Just got a bite on that jacked up lure, that jacked up spinnerbait. Oh, freaking fish chased it all the way up here too. Okay, hold on, that may have been a big catfish though. Try that again. Because catfish don't give a crap. They're gonna eat whatever. But yep, I sure did. He tried to open his mouth right around that bait. I mean, who knows? I may catch something. Because I just watched that fish. That's insane. And I know the bait's not working right, so I don't know what they're going after. It may be spinning every now and then. That flashed and caused that fish to react, but I just seen the fish go after it. And I know it's not working right. So that's kind of weird. May catch one after all out here playing. But yeah, that dog, I thought that guy was still over there on the dock. I turned around, that freaking dog was right there at me. I was like, oh, yep, I'm bit. That's why I said, scare me to death. I don't do dogs that much. I had a dog. And I don't know why I'm walking around the pond, just other than exercise at this point, into talking. I did just get a bite. So. But yeah, I'm going to go live tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. It's I scheduled it for 8 o'clock. Of course, I'm usually always late. The link is in my page if anybody wants to register for that. We're going to fish for about 4 or 5 hours tomorrow. I know it says 10:30, but if the fish are biting, I usually don't go home. I stay until I'm ready to go. Oh, I just got another bite. Okay, something. Huh. And I know that bait's not working because I can feel it's not working. If it is, then it's just barely working. That bait's not working. But something's biting it. I'm going to cast back out there. That's really probably a big old catfish. It might be a bass. It might be turning just enough to get the attention of a bass, and then it stops moving. And then again, they may just be biting at anything moving through the water right now. I don't know, because like I said, that spinner is not moving. That really sucks. I came over here with the intention of at least calling 3 intentions: to adjust the spool on the reel to see how the spinnerbait would work, and 3, just to hang out for a little bit. Well, I accomplished 2 of the things that I wanted to do today. Let's see. We've had 2,321 people come through and 4 new followers. Appreciate each and every one of you. And my camera's not even on me straight. That's how prepared I was for today, I guess. It'll be better tomorrow. Hopefully the fish will be biting tomorrow. And they're not going to bite this thing, I know. I'm going to stop just walking around the pond because there's really no need to, really. The spinner's not spinning. I'll just stand here and get the try to get some of the memory out of the line is what my thing is right now. So I'm watching the reel. Maybe I know I don't need to pull this thing faster because if I burn it through here, it's just going to come to the top of the water. I don't know. I've never had one do this before. I've said that a million times today. Any clue? Does anybody in the chat have any ideas why it may be doing that? I know I've bent the blade closer, and then I've also turned around and bent it back out. Other than it just being defective and not wanting to do what I want it to do. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I just seen something. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud. Hopefully everybody's having a good Tuesday. I almost said Monday. Because I have, for the most part, I'm going to work. Got to go to work at 2 o'clock. Maybe I need to keep the tip of this rod for this big of a spinner. Maybe I need to keep the tip of the rod up a little bit more. I wouldn't think that would matter though. I feel the rod. I feel it working. Are you serious? Okay, so I feel the spinner working now. But man, it's working all crazy, that's for sure. Yeah. It's junked. This bait will be going in the trash when I get home. Or donated to the recycling bin. Which at my house is the trash. I don't know why it just moves spots. It just don't make no sense. I'm going to pretend like I'm fishing. Maybe something to bite, I guess. Yeah, see, that bait's just not. It's like the whole thing, and it's not the way it's tied on. I already know that. But whenever it's coming through the water instead of the spinner spinning, it's the whole thing is doing this number. And it's not the knot. And it's not. I just moved it a little bit closer. It's got me thinking. And I'm going to be thinking about this all day probably. It's just really, really, really weird. And I can bring it closer to the hook. And I'm going to speed up with it a little bit. See what happens. And see what happens. No, I just drug it through. It didn't do absolutely a freaking thing. Okay, I'm going to stop walking around the pond looking like a nut. And just stand here and try to get the memory out. That's all I can do at this point. That way tomorrow, see, it's coming up to the top. Even slower. The slower that I reel, which the more I look at this bait, it really does aggravate me. It aggravates the crap out of me. But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what to do with it. If anybody has a clue, let me know so I can fix this before tomorrow, because I was planning on using this bait tomorrow. I'm glad I came out here with it today. That's all I can say. Hopefully the other one doesn't do that. Because I bought two of them. I bought a white one and I bought a green one. Which the color doesn't matter, I mean, of course. But I can use it like a jig. I mean, and I had a trailer on earlier, and I thought the trailer was what was causing it to do that. But no, it's not. I took it off. I'm about to just take the skirt off. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I took the skirt off altogether. Any ideas? Just take the skirt off and use this one as an underspin. Let me look at something. I don't think I can though. Nope. This is one of those that you can't take it off like that. Oh yeah, you can too. And then like, if I want to just put a swim bait on here or something like that, if I can get this to work, that may possibly be what I do with this one. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I can get the skirt off though. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. So y'all want to watch me tear up a bait since we're not doing anything else? Something bumped it because it knocked the paint off of it. And I know my camera's crooked. I'll try to keep it straight, but I need to do all the adjusting on it. We're not catching no fish, so we might as well just mess something up, I guess. That's from hitting the rocks on the bottom right there. That dot hit the rocks on the bottom. But if I took the skirt off, I'm thinking, I'm trying to salvage my $2.50 is what I'm trying to do, and figure out how to get this bait to work. Like I said, it's not the knot here, and I can bring it closer, somewhat closer, not a lot closer. Hell, I'll bring it much closer, and it's going to be right on top of the hook. Okay, well, let's see. Before we try that, I'm going to see if that's done anything. I don't think it did, but it might have. Looks like it's too close now. What am I? I am hung up on something. Some people probably think I'm completely nuts, but that's okay. Trial and error, test runs, and all that stuff is what gets us to where we're at today. It's trial and error. And without trial and error, we don't know if new stuff works. But I'm thinking that since the willow blade is what's not turning, the other blade's turning. The Colorado blade's turning. And the one up here, the small Colorado blade that's up here, it's turning. The willow leaf is what's not turning. And I'm still walking around the pond like I'm fishing. Oh well, who cares? I'm fishing anyway. Something may be hungry enough to grab it. Who knows? Hey, what time is it? Actually, I'm not going to walk around any further. So, any ideas? There's like 17 people in here or something like that. Yes or no? Take the skirt off and use it as a swim bait? Or what? After I figure out why the blade's not working. Hey, wait a minute. Let me see something. Yeah, I'm still looking at it. I'm still trying to figure out why it's doing. Okay. Yeah, no, we're done. We're done. I'm going to have to go home and take this thing apart and look at it and try to figure out why it's not. Because it's got me thinking, why is it not working right? And, somebody may know. I don't know. But I have no clue. Other than it's a cheap Walmart piece of crap at this point. Yeah, I know it can't hurt to try it. I think I am going to try it. But like I said, I don't know what's causing my deal right now is, and I'm going to take it to work with me too, because I'm going to have time at work to sit and just stare at it. I'll sit and stare at this thing. I'm not being obsessed with it or anything, but this blade is turning, okay? We have no problem with this one. This one right here is good. This one is the one that's getting, I don't know if you can see, it's where it's getting twisted up. Okay, so watch. See my hinge right here? We're going to get twisted up. Even with it turning, spinning the way it's supposed to spin, it's twisting, if I can do it, it's getting twisted up, and then it won't spin. It's getting locked up right here. So, I don't know. I'll take it to work, look at it some more. I may take that little hinge piece off. If it had turned without it, which I think it will, I'm pretty sure it will. And cast it one more time and see if that will do anything. Yeah, I'm going to try both ways, I think. And if it don't work, then well, it's junk, and I'll throw it away. I'm not going to try it right now, because sometimes it'll spin. Like right now, it's spinning. I see it flashing. Okay. So So let me reel the cast back out and reel it back in at the same spot. Which I wasn't reeling it back in too fast or anything like that. We're about to find out though. With those bigger blades, sometimes you have to reel a little bit slower. I don't feel it working. I feel it dragging. But I'm looking to see if there's going to be a flash whenever I bring it up closer to me. No, I didn't think so. The Colorado blade's working, but the smaller blade on top's working, but the willow leaf is not working. And I'm going to try to. I know my camera's crooked here. Hold on. We'll go over to the dock and I'll look at this before I say goodbye and go to work for 8 hours. But listen, I appreciate y'all coming in here. That's real support right there. Y'all coming in here and watch me act a fool and try to figure this out and try to learn this and giving advice and the gifts and all that stuff. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. That's what it's all about. I try to come over. See, now it's working. It's spinning now. So sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. It's got to be. I'm starting to think now it's the speed of my retrieve, but that doesn't make sense because I haven't changed it any. Watch me hook a freaking 5-pound bass playing. Yeah, no, it's not changed any. No, it's not spinning. I didn't think it was. I wanted to look and see before I got done. But yeah, it's not spinning. We'll walk over here and look at this real quick before I have to go to work. Oh, you're a car. Like I said, I literally live across the street. Plus, it gives that guy with the dog time to get away from where I'm going. Like I said, I ain't trying to get bit. I almost, see if I get paid Wednesday, and I was going to buy some worms and come out, but Thursday's Thanksgiving. We're going to go to my mom's for Thanksgiving and all that good stuff, so no fishing for me Thursday, plus I have to work. And then after tomorrow, I work Thursday, an 8-hour shift, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those are all 12-hour shifts, which those kill me. And then I'm off on Monday and Tuesday, so I'll be fishing on Monday and Tuesday again. We're just going to go ahead and look. I'm going to look at this before I go home. A little bit closer in the sunlight, which I can turn the light on at home, but like I said, everybody's still sleeping. And I have to remember tomorrow, too, to adjust my camera mount straps. I thought I did to where it wasn't going to be crooked, but yeah, I fought with that all day today, too. Sometimes it's just a struggle. It don't matter what you try. The struggle is real sometimes. That's for sure. We'll walk over here. I'm going to look at this. Probably throw it maybe a couple more times. My main objective, though, my main goal of what I was doing was I did get done. I got the reel adjusted, which I thought was going to take me a little bit longer to do, but it actually adjusted fairly quickly. I appreciate you, Cody. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday I'll be fishing somewhere. It'll probably be a small pond. I'm sorry, it's a big pond. I'll probably fish it until winter actually hits. I mean, I'm in long sleeves right now, but I'm just gonna cast this a little bit. I can actually get a higher view of this bait up here, and I want to see if it's spinning. It feels like it's working, but at the same time, it doesn't. So it's kind of got me really. It is working. Okay. That time it worked. Okay. Does this bait have a mind of its own and only works when it wants to? Right on the tree log. Right on the tree log, dear Lord. I tried to say stump and it just came out wrong. It didn't spin that time. Same retrieve speed and everything didn't spin. And that's why right there. See what it did? See what it did? The skirt snatched it. So I have two options of what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do some experimenting with this thing. I can either take the skirt off and use this, put a swim bait on it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Or I can shorten the skirt, probably about right there, and hope that maybe it doesn't get hung up in the blade. But my problem still is this. As it's spinning, it's getting hung up, and it's not spinning anymore. So it won't spin anymore after that. So that's where and I mean, you can see, I'll get out in the sun, you can see what it's doing, maybe. Oh, where are we at? So, okay, so we're in the water with this thing right now, and it's spinning, it's going, it's doing its thing, right? And then all of a sudden, watch it make me a liar. There it goes. Boom. It's locked up. So that's the issue. That's the problem that I've got to figure out with this one. So I don't know. Kind of weird, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go through here real quick and look. And just look at it, I guess. And all of you that are in here that are just sitting and watching and having fun, that's fine, that's okay. Because bye-bye. Like I said, I don't know what it is. I had to figure it out. So what I'm going to do, a couple things. I'm going to try to take this off. Where are we at here? Try to take this off out of there and put the blade back in and see if that works, which it probably won't, but it should. If that works, then problem solved. If not, then I'm just going to pull the skirt off, put a swim bait in there or something, and go from there. I don't know. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to try to do, because this thing did not work today the way I wanted it to at all. And we're going to see. It's almost 12:30, or it's after 12:30 actually. 2,711 views and 6 new followers. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the views. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the gifts. I got to go to work at 1. Or actually, I have to be at work at 2. So I'm going to see if, and I know it's pointless to keep throwing this thing, but it's hitting the bottom. I don't know if anybody can see where it's hitting the bottom. See where the paint's coming off right there? Right there? It's hitting the bottom or something. No, I haven't caught anything today. Do what? Okay. I'm not quite sure who you are. But yeah, I've had this name for over 3 years. I started off on YouTube with this name, and then I came over here 3 months ago with this name. So I've had this, the Warrior's Heart 212. I've had this name for going on 3 years. It was Warrior's Hearts Fishing. I had that for 8 months or so over on, actually 2020, over on YouTube. It was Warrior's Hearts Fishing. I took the fishing part off of it and just went with Warrior's Heart. I didn't put Warrior's Heart Fishing over here because I didn't want to put the two together yet. So, it is what it is. So, I mean, unless there's a copyright or something on the name, you don't really own it. It's a free name. Anyway, appreciate you coming in, hanging out. But yeah, I've got a whole Google page with this name. If you go to if you Google Warrior's Hearts Fishing, you'll find my YouTube page. You will find my Spotify page. You'll find my TikTok page, you'll find my merch store. You'll find all of my stuff. So it is what it is. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I mean, I'm not jumping your ass or nothing like that. I know that there's 1,000 warriors' hearts and all that stuff, but I appreciate you coming in. Ain't no worries. Yeah, I started using this name in 2020. But anyway, I got to figure out why this bait is not working. It's just kind of weird. Because it's a brand new bait. And, well, my mother is Native American out from the Blackfoot tribe. So, yeah. We can do that whole thing. Yeah, my mom's Blackfoot. And you can't tell me and my sister, but my brother and my mom, you can really see the Native American side in them. Me and my sister, we both ended up with blonde hair and green eyes. My brother's black hair, brown eyes. I'm like, dear Lord. But yep. And then my wife served in the Navy for a good little bit, so the Warrior's Heart thing kind of fits my whole lifestyle. And I'll just give you a quick little reason why I use Warrior's Heart. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with a heart disease, and they thought I was going to die. I spent a little bit of time in the hospital and with a blood clot on my spleen, and then they started doing all these tests and all this stuff. I had to do a bone marrow biopsy because they thought I had cancer and everything like that. So, you have to be kind of a warrior in that type of situation, because your mind will play tricks on you, and you just have to do the dang thing. Cherokee, that's cool. Other than Cherokee and Blackfoot used to fight all the time, Cherokee and Blackfoot had a problem the whole time. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in. And that's just a little bit of history. Cherokee and Blackfoot Indian did not get along at all. I'm gonna build this just a little bit. But yeah, I had a lot of medical issues I was going through, so we use that name. Appreciate the follow. Now the blade's turning. What time is it? 1:43. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come over and hang out. It's supposed to rain Thursday. It's going to be in the 60s tomorrow and rain Thursday. So hopefully the fish at the other pond will be working. Yeah, I'm doing good now. I mean, the doctors thought I was, according to the doctors, I was supposed to have been dead 4 years ago. But that's how great God is. Our God is an awesome God, and I will tell anybody that any day of the week. That the doctors, they only can tell you what they know from school. But we have a higher power. So. And I'm just playing. I'm just rolling this thing But yeah, it would have been 4 years ago. I ended up in the hospital. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. Actually, I smoked cigarettes since I was 16, right? And I ended up in the hospital in the emergency room. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I was hurting really bad and stuff in my stomach. And the first time I went to the emergency room, they said that I had a blockage in my bowel. Okay, so they said drink some prune juice and you'll be okay. So I went home and I drank some prune juice. Of course, used the bathroom I don't know how many times after that. The next day I woke up in severe pain. Ended up back in the emergency room. They ran CT guided CAT scan, CT scanned, whatever. They put ink in my veins. Needless to say, they put some ink through me. They found the blood clot. They rushed me to a different hospital where all the specialists came in and freak you out. Like, it's this, it's that. We don't know what it is. You're going to die. Possibly it's a rare blood disease. Yada 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 yada. And then they start monitoring you. They come in, they do a complete ultrasound of your freaking body. And I do mean from your neck all the way down to your ankles to make sure you don't have any blood clots anywhere else. And then they say, we're going to do this, and we're going to put you to sleep. We're going to run the scope down your throat and look at the back of your heart. Well, at that point, I'm like, the hell you are. That's what I was thinking. But I had already signed my medical stuff over to my wife, which my wife is my medical guardian. So anything that I say I don't want done, she can override it and say it's going to get done. So I had that done, and woke up an hour later. They came in and they said that I have a hole in the back of my heart that should have closed when I was born, but it's still open and it's enlarged a little bit bigger than what it should be. And they said, well, that my options were this: either I stay on blood thinner my whole life, or they go in through my wrist and put a vent into my heart to close the valve. And they said, well, it's going to be a 50% chance that this is going to work. I said, well, we're not going to do it then. We're just going to leave it alone, and I'll be on blood thinner the rest of my life. So I've been on Eliquis for 4 years. So that's where the whole Warrior's Heart thing came from. A little bit of it, just a little bit of a backstory from it, medical thing. But yeah, you never know, believe me. And I'm only 45 years old. 45 years old. I'll be 46 in June. So I'm still young, and that's why they couldn't figure out why I had a blood clot in my spleen. Yep, praise God, that's for sure. Always, 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 always. I was going to an oncologist every month to every 6 months and having blood work done over at the Cancer Institute. I'd done that for a good while. They said that my blood count was too high as far as my red blood cells were, that my bone marrow was making too many red blood cells. So they were going to start me on chemo tablets to kill off some of the red blood cells. But they went ahead and done a bone marrow biopsy, and it came back that they didn't need to do one as of right now. But, and I'm not taking the chemo pills right now, but my blood is monitored periodically. It was every month, went to every 6 months, and now in January I go back to have it monitored because I only have to go every year now, and all that good stuff. You know what? No, I don't have any cookies. So yeah, my stuff is more or less all about my medical stuff, and then I love to fish, so I'll put the two together. Warrior's Heart and fishing that's what I put together. I've fished since I have been 9 years old, if not younger. I've done bluegill tournaments with my dad once my mom and dad divorced. I've done catfishing, bluegill, of course, and then a buddy of mine got me turned on to bass fishing 12 years ago, and that's what I've done primarily ever since then. I have fished a couple bass tournaments, and I run my own bass tournaments. I do bass tournaments over on Fish Donkey, and I've done those for, I think, 2020, around 2020, October 2020, somewhere in there. I started doing the bass tournaments. My PayPal got hacked, so I had to put a stop to that after doing them for a year and a half, and that kind of pissed some people off, but there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm still waiting on my PayPal to get straightened out, kind of. It's almost there. Right now I'm using my wife's, and she's done said that I can't use it for fishing tournaments. I said, well, crap. So I'm waiting on my Cash App card to get here, which should be here in a couple days, and then I'll be ready to go for 2023 season, I think. I'm in Southern Illinois. Yep, I'm in Southern Illinois. Yeah, my daughter, she used to fish with me all the time, and then she got older. She turned 23. Dear God, my son's 23. My daughter turned 14 in March. She used to like going fishing and stuff like that, but she's in the boy stage and all that. hopefully it'll come back around. I mean, you know, as long as you know how to do it, if you need to do it, I'm not going to throw too big of a fit. But yeah, what time is it? 12:50. Missouri. What part of Missouri are you from? Are you close to? We'll do it this way. Are you close to Cape Girardeau, Missouri? Because I am 45 minutes from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, 35 minutes from Carbondale, depending on how fast you drive, and 8 hours south of Chicago. Central Missouri. We should go fishing together. Well, I don't know where Central Missouri. Yeah, I mean, we can. I don't have a problem going fishing. I'll fish with anybody that wants to fish with me. I mean, it's getting ready to be wintertime, though, for the both of us. So are you closer to Blue Springs, Missouri, or are you further away from Blue Springs, Missouri? You said Central, so you've got Blue Springs, Missouri, that's almost at the state line of Missouri, actually. And I've been down there a couple times. By Columbia, Missouri, yeah, you're not too far from me. Yeah, we can figure something out next year. We'll get together and deal with it, and deal with it and do it. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, this is a small pond. I usually come out here and do bluegill fishing in the spring and some catfishing. I haven't done a lot of bass fishing in this pond. I was pretty much just coming out here to get the kinks out of this reel for tomorrow. I will not be using that bait, that's for sure. I'll be using something else. I don't know which one yet, though. I've got a white one. I really do want to throw a spinnerbait. This being this cold, you know, with the water being this cold, they're going to be chasing bait just a little bit. Post spawn just ended, so everything spawned out. Everything's went back down deep, so I may throw a plastic. I'm thinking about maybe a crawdad or a worm. Between St. Louis and Kansas City. That's cool. So how far are you from, and I'm not trying to figure out your exact location, I'm trying to figure out hours wise. How many hours is it from let's see, Carbondale? That way I can kind of figure out how many hours you are away. I'm not trying to figure out your exact location. If I want to do that, I could do it a different way. And yeah, but yeah, if you haven't, give me a follow and we'll figure something out. I'm getting ready to go home because I've got to work today. It's my last day until tomorrow. I'm going fishing tomorrow. I'll be going live at 8 o'clock in the morning and fishing probably till 1 or 2 my time. Like I said, I'm gonna throw a crawdad maybe tomorrow, a worm possibly. I already know I'm throwing a chatterbait. I missed a couple big fish the last 2 times I've thrown chatterbaits, and it's been insane. Carbondale, C-A-R-B-O-N, like carbon paper. C-A-R-B-O-N-D-A-L-E. So how I'm trying to spell it. Sorry, I'm trying to walk and talk at the same time. Yeah, it's carbon, like carbon filter. But yeah, we'll figure it out and get together. I like to do a lot of bass fishing in the spring. Well, I bass fish all year long, almost until it starts getting extremely cold. Because when I ended up with the blood clot on my spleen, it kind of messed me up. They didn't take my spleen out. But they could have if they wanted to. They chose not to, so they caught it in time. And your spleen, see, I work in the medical field as far as I help and take care of people that are disabled. Your spleen is what helps your body fight off, how am I gonna say it? Colds and the flu and stuff like that. So your spleen helps to do that. That's just the easiest way to say it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just look that up. I'm not too far from there. I'm actually a little bit further south of Carbondale. I'm in Anna. Actually, I don't care if you know where I'm at. I'm in Anna. Ain't no big deal to me. Appreciate the follow. See, like literally, I'm at the city park. There's all the playground equipment and stuff like that. And then I live literally across the street. So now everybody knows where I live. Almost. No worries. I don't freak out over stuff like that. I'm 45 years old, and it is what it is. I don't mind. Hey, we got a swimming pool right across there, though. They used to have a diving board in that swimming pool until they took it out and put the slide in. Okay. Yeah, it's not that far. I mean, like I said, I'm 45 minutes from Cape, from state line. I was just over in Missouri 2 days ago or last week or somewhere in there. I'd done a video with at the river, at the floodgate, over on my YouTube page, which is Warrior's Heart Fishing. I didn't put any numbers in that one. Warrior's Heart Fishing is my YouTube page. It's actually connected to my TikTok page. If you go to my profile picture or profile page and then go to my YouTube thing, it's there. I'm monetized over there. I have over 1,000 followers over on that side too. So, but right now what I've been doing to kind of keep everything the same is I will take my videos from here and put them over there. That way, you know, if somebody's not coming over to TikTok and watching the lives here, they can see them over there and they can be replayed. Your videos over on TikTok unfortunately can't be replayed, or not your videos, your live streams, they can't be replayed by everybody. Only you can replay them, which kind of sucks, up to a certain point. So 4 hours and 30 minutes away, that's not too bad. That's about the distance it is from between me and about the distance it is between me and St. Louis. 4 hours and 30 minutes, that's not bad. Hell, I can go on a vacation and do something. I'd have to bring my wife with me though, just tell you. She'd probably go shopping or something, but yeah, we'd have to figure out something next year. But it's getting cold, and she's not gonna fly for it this year. Appreciate the likes, but appreciate the follow. Leslie, what's up? Appreciate the likes down there. And as y'all can see, there's my house. I mean, and like I said, I don't care who knows where I'm. I know a lot of people are just, oh, you can't tell. Who cares? Who cares? There's the cat. It's not my cat, but it's a cat. Let's see. I don't know if my wife is awake yet. No, she's not. 9 new followers, 3,359 views today. It's 58 degrees outside. It's 58 today and tomorrow. So I got one shot. Yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. It's 50. Actually, it's 56 here now, according to my phone. And that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. It's gonna be one shot to hopefully hook a couple big ones. My personal best out of the pond that I'm going to tomorrow is 7.5 pounds. It's I'm trying to get a new PB out of that pond. There's some huge bass in there, but it's just like, here y'all can watch the cats instead of watching the but it's just a huge jump that I'm going to try to do. To go from 7.5 pounds, and there's probably 8-pound bass in this pond that I'm going to tomorrow, but they're feeding off bluegill and crawdads and crushing turtles and all that good stuff, so they're not really worried about anything plastic. I mean, you throw a crawdad, and you're going to do awesome. I'm sorry, not a crawdad, a crankbait. That's why I caught that one on last year was a chartreuse shallow diving crankbait that KVD makes. Well, that one cat, I was letting y'all watch the cats, but that one cat just took off. And that's how I got that. What's up? Appreciate the likes. These are not my cats either. These are stray cats, by the way. We can't have any animals here. But yeah, I've got to get some new bait. I need to try. Man, I've got a buddy of mine over on YouTube sent me a box of baits for that weighed about 35 pounds. He donated them to me, and a lot of them I give away in giveaways and stuff like that. But it's getting down to kind of short. And then I have a lot of bait makers. But what I need to do is I need to get, man, and you can really see the leaves are, that's the Christmas tree. Leaves are falling off the trees pretty quick. I need to get a new chartreuse shallow diving crankbait. It dives 0 to 5 feet, so I can catch some big ones at that big pond. I mean, I can catch them with a different color, maybe, but that's my best one, I think. Yeah, I try to be. I mean, of course, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I have my days. And if it wasn't for the Lord, I wouldn't be here. I'll just tell you that right now. One day when I get time, which I have time now, I guess. Trees are bare and here already. Yeah, they are here too. That was just one that I showed that still has some leaves on it. To tell you the truth, I gave my life and my heart to Jesus Christ in the living room floor of a trailer. Let's see. My first wife had just left me, and I was all alone, I felt like. And I gave her till midnight to get home, and she didn't come home at midnight. So I told her, I said, if you're not home by midnight, then I'm just going to take all these pills and kill myself, okay? Just to tell you the truth. So I told her that, and I kept threatening and kept telling her. They said that they were going to call the police, have the police come out and check on me, and they never did. I guess they didn't take me seriously. So while that was all going through my head, I got up and I went into the kitchen to get the pills, because I can just see it plain as day still to this day, and this was a long time ago. And on the bread rack that we had next to the door was my Bible, okay? So instead of going to those pills, I went to my Bible and I started reading it. And it's in Corinthians somewhere. I don't remember if it's in 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians. I don't remember. But anyway, I started reading about how much God hates divorce and how it is violent. And then I started reading on and on and on and on. And then that's when, the Lord just spoke to me and said, hey, you're not alone. I'm here with you. All you got to do is accept me. And I said, okay. And that's when I went through John 3:16, as we call Romans Road. John 3:16, Romans 3:23, Romans 6:23, Romans 9:10 through 11, I think it is. And there's others that I can't remember off the top of my head, because I'm not a walking, talking, living Bible, but I try to remember as much as the Holy Spirit lets me and allows me to remember. But at that day and that time right there, I knelt down in tears in that living room floor of that trailer. There was an old green rocking chair off to my left, and I just gave everything to God right there in that day. It was insane. And I've never been the same ever since. I know y'all don't want to look at my shed, but and I never will be. And some people, that's a personal thing. You're not supposed to talk about it. Yada yada yada. Yeah, you are. You are supposed to tell people. If you don't tell people, then how are they to know, and how are they to accept Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior, if they don't know? They have to have a what? They have to have somebody tell them. Yep, we are our brothers and sisters in Christ. And like I said, none of us are perfect. We all have our flaws. We all live in a sinful world. And I mean, it is what it is. And that's just who I am. I'm not afraid to tell anybody. Sometimes when I kind of get my words mixed up, yeah, there's my wife coming out the door. Right there. Can't see her. She said, ugh. So yeah, she just woke up, probably going to get in trouble for that one. And and people have their own free will. Yeah. Yep, that's what it is. I mean, and I can go on for hours and hours, but I don't have hours and hours today at all. But one day I will have. 5 shares. Appreciate the 5 shares. Appreciate the 1.6 likes, or 1.6 thousand likes, the 3,538 people that came through today, the 9 new followers, and all the comments, the likes, the views, the gifts, and everything. You know, the comments, the likes, and the views. That's what's important. The gifts and all that stuff, that's all extra. Because I work an 80-hour, every 2-week job, so that's all extra for me. I appreciate each and every one of them. Yeah, and I know we're looking at the freaking swimming pool. What's that? Slide right there. But I gotta jump. I'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning at the big pond. Hopefully we'll catch some fish. I've got the reel set in the way I want it to. I'm not using that bait though. I may tie the other one on, see if it works tomorrow. And if it don't, then I'll just put something else on. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna jump. I gotta get ready to go to work. God bless. Be safe. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.